Deputy Eamon Ryan.
Thank you very much indeed.
You wish to move an amendment?
If I can, I move an amendment. I have an amendment which is on the amendment number 1, I think it is, which is on this specific issue of the concerns that have been heard across the House here in the government opting out of Article 12 of the convention, which again has been said by everyone here who spoke to date, is one we agree with, but the amendment is to express that concern in that the opting out of that article, we are leaving a loophole, we are leaving loopholes. And the amendment is structured in a way not to stop the signing or ratification of the convention by Ireland, but to ask the Department of Finance to report back to Dáil, which I think is a perfectly reasonable, rational check against some of the concerns that we have. To ask the Department of Finance to report back what measures it will take to prevent the use of tax structures commonly known as a single mort. The Minister says that, oh no, that doesn't apply to Article 12 and Article 4 covers us. We read in the newspapers, and again people have cited here the very excellent work that Christian Aid have done, of specific example of US companies based here, or effectively not based here, but between here and Malta, able to do that trick that's been done over many years now, particularly with large profits from intellectual property, where the profits flow to the area where it's effectively not taxed, and the end point is the company ends up paying low single-figure digit tax returns, and that has to stop. We have to close those loopholes. So the concerns we have, echoing those of the likes of Christian Aid, are very welcome, and we need to hear from the department what measures it has in place to stop it. Also, to hear back from the department what measures, as this convention evolves and as it's implemented, to avoid the case where they establish in jurisdictions where their agents book the sale or make the sales, but then the resulting sales income is categorised or accounted for as an income to an Irish company. For the government to outline and to continue to review what steps it's taking bilaterally in double taxation conventions with states that have declined to Article 4. The Minister himself cited that as a concern. Well, I think we need within this signing, within this motion, to put in mechanisms where we hear back specifically what the government is tending to do to avoid such loopholes being continuing to exist, to make sure that Irish tax resident Irish companies are not able to use such loopholes to avoid tax being paid in any jurisdiction. Again, for ask the Minister to report back exactly which areas of the application of Article 12 he regards as continuing to be uncertain. There isn't clarity on that here, and there isn't clear specific reasons why we're opting out of it. And finally, with regards to the application of Article 12, what measures to implement in the implementation, what other measures that the government intends to take to the Multilateral Convention to implement the tax treaty measures order. So I'm sorry that's complicated, but the amendment is specifically designed with the view not to blocking and not to stopping, not to hinder, but to inform and to improve and to provide the transparency we need. And we need it because this country is being damaged. Our reputation has been seriously damaged within our European Union and further abroad because we have allowed and facilitated and seen the sort of aggressive tax avoidance measures which are driving political anger and public distrust and an undermining of public services, and it simply has to stop. We have to be seen to lead, and I fear in that the failure to apply Article 12 within this motion is a retrograde step, and I would look to see the motion is designed to give the government a chance to restore our reputation in that regard, to provide much greater certainty and clarity in terms of how we're implementing this treaty. So I'll be looking for support for that amendment when we present it or press it later on.
Thank you very much, Deputy.